So we're living in a really amazing moment where this artificial intelligence, this AI, is evolving at a rapid speed, and we know it's going to transform the way we do things and the way we create and solve problems, and it may also create more problems. There's so much concern and excitement on all sides about what's happening right now, and huge opportunities, obviously. And many of us are thinking, well, what is what can AI do? Is it going to take over humans, and what can it never do, for example? And what's the difference between AI and human, and could it ever approach, a human in our consciousness? And I've been thinking about these things as well. And as a teacher of the art of contemplation, one of the things that I've come to realize, one of the differences that will always be there between AI and humanity is contemplation. AI can't contemplate. AI will never be able to contemplate. It's just not possible. And it's a really interesting question because it opens up, well, what the heck is contemplation? Isn't that just sort of reorganizing your thinking in some way? Isn't it just like pondering things? No, it's a lot more than that. Contemplation is the most ancient and I would say most forgotten of all the great arts. In fact, it underpins all the arts, both science and creativity, the creative arts as well. Because contemplation is about directly interfacing with the mystery of creation, with a part of us that doesn't know things. With not knowing, what the Buddhists call not knowing. And not knowing is actually a very powerful space. And it, in order for us to really learn the art of contemplation, we have to learn techniques that go inside, that take us into the inner world. That doesn't always mean, like meditation, that we have to close our eyes, because you can explore contemplation in your life doing anything, through going for a walk or doing a sport activity, or anything you do in the spirit of contemplation, whether it's cooking or cleaning or eating or anything done in a contemplative spirit is done with conscious precision and awareness. And it's also done with an openness to the mystery of the numinous. And the numinous is like the unknown, the unknowable, the eternal, right? So contemplation connects us with the eternal nature of being, which is why AI can't do it, because AI's not interested in a way in that. It's not even that it's not interested. It's just not, it's not a capability or a capacity that you can program into something, because contemplation connects us to the part of us that can never know, and AI is all about knowing. It's only what you do know. So the only edge that we have over AI is what we don't know. Like what I don't know, no AI can know. It can't match my not knowing. No one can. Nothing can. Because my not knowing hasn't yet kind of uploaded the next thing, downloaded the next thing through me, from the mystery, from the mystery of consciousness, from the quantum universe, the quantum field. And so contemplation is deep empowerment for a human being. It's not about the result. It's not a result-based process. It may come out with something beautiful and simple and pure, but actually it's about a process. It's about being involved in a process that connects us directly with the mystery of life, with the beauty of life, with something transcendent that can then move and we can experience it within us. And so it's a beautiful thing to learn. It's a life-transforming art, and it can't be programmed. It's not a technique that we learn. can begin through the technique of pausing. And I've written a little book called The Art of Contemplation. And in it, I describe the 3 levels of contemplation. Pausing is the first one. We have to learn to pause, because when we pause, we enter into the gap, into the divine mystery, into the silence, into the gaps between the atoms. And in that silence, that's when something comes in. And so, or not. But it's we rest in those pockets of time. And if we can build pauses into our everyday life, then we begin to harvest a higher form of intelligence that can really transform our life and our relationships, our ability to prosper creatively in the world, and a sense of deep purpose. And that sense of deep purpose, again, that can't be given to anyone through any external form. It has to come from the inside out, because a person that's living from that deep purpose, the purpose of their soul, that person is an empowered being, is a happy being, right? And so none of that is the terrain of AI. AI is wonderful at reorganizing and simplifying and distilling and all the things it does, and mimicking. And it can innovate to a degree, but it can't tap into the unknown in the same way as a human can, because it takes a human being to rest in that gap, in that pause. And then into that pause comes a transformational pivot, a pivot. That's the second phase. And the third phase is to merge, an experience where our consciousness widens and broadens through the feeling of love, through the feeling of deep wisdom. Wisdom is not mental. Wisdom is not programmable. Wisdom is of the mystery as well. So AI deals in knowledge. Humans deal in wisdom. And we can also deal in knowledge, but wisdom is what we're really here for. And wisdom comes through the heart as much as it comes through the mind. It comes through love, through us being beings of love and opening our hearts in love towards all creation, towards others, towards ourselves, and healing our traumas and our wounds and our separations. That's something that only a human can do, and only a human will ever be able to do. So it's wonderful what AI can bring us, but let's be clear about where it ends and we begin, because then we can really embody this incredible, ancient, powerful art, the art of contemplation. And we can begin to move in deeper and deeper levels of harmony in our lives and in the world.